Can you believe how stupid people are? I just asked this guy if Vladimir Putin was running for office in the United States versus Barack Obama. He doesn't know who he would vote for. And then we wonder how we get this orange orangutan in office. Well, let me tell you, because of fools like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to call. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
And I just wanted to, I hear you talk a lot about Putin and the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say how Putin, at least he stands up to the United States and doesn't take he's 10,000 times smarter than any politicians we ever had. But at least he doesn't let them push him around.
Well, can I ask you about that? You think Vladimir Putin is smart?
Sure.
You think Vladimir Putin is smarter than like Barack Obama?
Oh, yeah, 10 times.
Vladimir Putin is 10 times smarter than Barack Obama. Tell me why, sir. Why do you feel that way?
I just feel he has a lot of knowledge history-wise, and he's been around a while. And
what would lead you to believe that he has a lot of knowledge history-wise? Because he's taking a playbook from Mustache Man? What would make you think that?
No, just because, his history and he's
Well, give me an example. What has he done that would lead you to believe he has a great sense of history? I mean, all I know is that he's an evil dictator.
He just knows when he talks. When I watched him talk, like on YouTube or something, he's knowledgeable.
So when Barack Obama talks, he doesn't sound knowledgeable?
He doesn't know much about foreign stuff like Putin does.
And what would lead you to believe that Barack Obama doesn't, quote, know stuff about foreign stuff? What would lead you to believe that?
Well, I'm saying he doesn't know when it comes to like Ukraine or Russia part of the country.
So you care about people that care.
Putin knows a lot more.
So would you vote for Vladimir Putin over somebody like Barack Obama? Let's just say Putin was running for president of the United States of America. If you had a choice between voting for Vladimir Putin or Barack Obama, sir, who do you think you would vote for?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know. You can't. So you can't answer that question. So if Barack Obama, a Harvard Rhodes Scholar, by the way, ran for president of the United States, who's never broken a law in his life, never been convicted of a crime, and if he was running for president against a guy like Vladimir Putin, who invades countries and is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, and you're telling me if an evil dictator was running against Barack Obama, you don't know who you would vote for. Do I have that correct, sir?
So I don't really understand how you're saying he's an evil dictator.
Okay, let me help you. Let me help you understand, sir, because I think you're struggling a little bit. And the fact you can't even answer that question leads me to believe either one of two things or both. Either you're extremely ignorant or you're a racist, or maybe both. They do go hand in hand. But I'm still going to be patient with you, sir, and I'm going to try to collect myself because I cannot believe what I just heard. Why do I say Putin is responsible? I can go by what he just did yesterday. They struck Ukraine yesterday. Innocent women and children lost their lives because Putin executed what he wanted to do. They've also attacked religious sanctuaries in Ukraine, ending the lives of many of innocent people. Thousands and thousands and thousands of innocent people have lost their lives, including Russian soldiers and people in Russia as well, because Putin decided to invade our allies because he wants their land. Why is it so hard for somebody like you to understand something that is so very basic, sir? What did I say that was not factually accurate, sir, in that statement? Go ahead.
Yeah, because the United States has 10,000 times more blood on their hands.
I didn't ask you about the United States. Let's focus on Vladimir Putin, because you said if Putin ran against Obama, you don't know who you would vote for, which is, by the way, absurd. You just asked me to give you an example of why he's a dictator who's responsible for loss of life. I gave you an example of what took place yesterday. There's a ceasefire deal on the table that Zelensky was ready to sign, and Putin did an airstrike hours later, and he attacked them again yesterday. Innocent lives lost. That question has nothing to do with the United States. What part of that do you not understand, or what part of that do you think is not correct? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I don't believe any of that unless I was there.
All right, well, then you're a fool. Then you're a fool. You don't believe. Okay, so we weren't there during the Civil War. So does that mean you don't believe that the Civil War happened, sir? Sir, I'm asking you a question. World War I. You weren't alive during World War I. Neither was I. Did World War I not happen, sir, because you weren't there, going by your idiotic logic? Did World War I, did 9/11 not happen? Hey, guess what? I wasn't in New York. I wasn't in the Twin Towers during 9/11. Sir, does that mean 9/11 didn't happen too? Going by your logic, it didn't happen because you weren't there. Did 9/11 happen, sir? Answer the question. It did happen. Whoa. You're saying 9/11 happened, but hold on, you weren't there, sir. Did World War I happen? Did World War I happen, sir? You weren't there. Why don't you answer my question, you dope? Did World War I happen? Yes or no?
Who I vote for?
Get out of here, you fool. You're an idiot. Can you believe how stupid people are? I just asked this guy if Vladimir Putin was running for office in the United States versus Barack Obama. He doesn't know who he would vote for. And then we wonder how we get this orange orangutan in office. Well, let me tell you, because of fools like that, because of imbeciles like that. Oh, I wasn't there, so I don't know if it happened. Oh, okay, so by your standards, every war in American history didn't happen because you, the imbecile, wasn't there. Well, guess what? Everybody was here for this phone call, and we all know you are an extremely ignorant man and probably a racist.